and they love to get after it on defense.
Yeah, so when I called you, I was like, hey, I'm all about women. You're going to be first. I want you. But I never thought about, have you ever did an interview?
No, sir, you were my first one.
This is your first
So
interview.
Be kind to me.
We're going to put her on the spot here in a minute. No, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not. But that is awesome. That's truly awesome. Let's talk a little bit more about your Oakdale Eagles and where they came from as far as their, how they got to where they are now.
Like I said, we have 3 starters that have started since their 6th grade year, so they're kind of the veterans that have really taken heed to our how we play basketball. I like to press and run. We like to play fast and get after it on defense. We're averaging 23 steals a game.
Wow.
I think the most a team has scored on us is 21 points.
Wow.
So we really, they've taken to heart that defense can turn into offense.
Absolutely.
We spend a lot of time shooting. We fill it up pretty good and average 7 threes a game. So they love to play basketball, and their intensity is really showing.
Absolutely. So what's a typical practice day for you?
We start off the first 45 minutes, we do full court shooting. All the shooting that we do is always full court. I learned that from previous coaches. Then we will spend time on our defense, and we really work on our presses. And then we will spend probably the last 30 minutes on offense, but we spend the majority of our time shooting and then working on defense because that's what we believe in is going to help us be successful.
Got you. So, Coach, I've coached for a long time, and I've coached some things that are pretty simple to coach, or actually pretty hard to coach, like just say inbounds. But it's the easiest thing to mess up. What is the hardest thing for you to prepare for, but the easiest thing to mess up in the game?
It's funny. Inbounds, actually. We start all of our inbounds out of a box offense, and so I had to change the names because just the word box in front of different numbers or anything. So learning how to name an offense so that they're able to remember it, because you have to remember they are middle school girls.
Absolutely.
So things go in one ear and out the other quite
Absolutely.
often. But
Yeah.
inbounds and sideline plays are probably the most challenging thing that shouldn't be challenging.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And it's funny you said that. They're middle school girls, and you have to, speak their language pretty much, right?
Yes.
It's going to go in one ear and out the other. I've had many years of coaching football and basketball, and in football, I know there was, other coaches that made name a play Batman and Robin, and it wasn't because they didn't know X's and O's, right? It was just because they knew the kids would be like, we're about to run Batman. It's time to run Robin. So speaking the kids' language is very important. For me, I've been blessed to coach a lot of kids and I had a lot of great parents, right? But the thing for me that had really helped me is because I respect kids first, right? I don't go in there, I don't buck my shoulders up, my chest out and say, you're going to respect me. I get to know who those kids are. How do you get to know your kids?
I think it's important to get to know them off the court, but I think in order to reach young kids, they have to know that you care about them as a person, not just a player. So doing things off the court, team bonding. For instance, today we did a tradition that we always do where we pick angels off of our angel tree at school.
Yes.
We take time and we go shopping together as a team.
Wow.
So we do a lot of stuff outside where I think it's important for the players to see me as a person and not just their coach.
Absolutely.
Checking on them, checking on their grades, if they have something going on at home, making sure you check on them. I tell my kids I love them every time before I walk out of the locker room, whether I've told them that they're amazing or I've just chewed their tail. I walk out and I let them know I still love y'all.
That is perfect. That is
I think
awesome.
that's important.
So you say you took your team shopping together?
Yes.
So we're talking about Macy's, Duke and Bernie.
No, we went to Walmart in Rockland. There's not a lot of places to shop in Rowan, Morgan County, but the girls each bring in a monetary donation, and then we put that together and we go shopping, and just to see the joy in their eyes and how much pride they take in really picking out presents that they think someone else would enjoy. It's just a real special thing. And
so who do the presents go to?
they go to our school is very low poverty, so we have a lot of children that go to our school that end up on the angel tree. So
Yeah.
we are buying gifts for students in our school. They don't know who the students are, obviously, but all of the presents that we bought will be for students at our school.
Absolutely. Coach, we have a few minutes, and I really want to know, what does it take for you to prepare, your practice plan? How do you prepare your practice plan, and how do you execute it to make sure you're getting everything that you wrote down done?
I think it has a lot to do with your opponents of the week, or maybe something that you saw or that we saw. I watched on game film and I saw that we were maybe not executing something correctly. So a lot of it has to do with situational, who you're playing, what you want to try to accomplish, or what you maybe want to work on that game. And so I have to also make it a time frame thing, because a lot of times I get carried away and I'll spend too much time on one thing and look at the clock and not have been able to get everything in. So just making sure that I allot enough time and an appropriated time of what I want to get covered that day.
Yeah.
And I also kind of try to tell the girls, all right, this is what we're working on. Here's our goal. We always have a focus every day in practice, so they know walking in, okay, here's our focus today.
Right.
So it kind of helps them dial in as well.
Nice, sweet. That's perfect. Planning practice is important, and I know coaching middle school and younger, you want to make sure that you get everything in, and sometimes when they're a little bit behind the curve, it's hard for you to get everything in or move past that, when it's not done correctly.
Right.
So that's pretty cool that you got that figured out. Coach, how do you feel about AAU basketball?
I think AAU basketball is a vital part of the game. I think it has changed a lot from when I was growing up. You only had a select number of teams in the area, and if you played AAU basketball, then you were selected to do so, and now everybody has a team.
Yeah.
So I think
you can go make one today.
Yeah. Just make sure you name it good, right?
That's right.
So I think it's a vital part. I think kids being able to play outside of the season is important, being able to play year-round and touch up their game. I think as long as you have a coach that is in it for the kids, I think that it can be a very, very positive experience once you get to the high school level. A lot of times AAU is the exposure that a kid will get or a player will get to help them get to the next level. So I think there's positives and negatives, just like everything in sports. But
Gotcha.
if it's done correctly, I think it can be very beneficial.
Gotcha. And I know you're happy where you are.
I am.
You can tell. I
Yes.
mean, it just glows in you. It shows, when you're coaching. I've actually sat back and watched you coach, and you can see the glow in it. And you can tell that, you probably don't want to go anywhere else right now. But everybody wants to know, what's your dream job?
I would eventually love to become a high school coach. I'm not sure that the location or place would actually matter. I would love to continue the tradition at Oakdale School, but we'll see what the future holds.
Absolutely. And right now, Coach, you're in the game, but who do we have on the bench?
We have on the bench Coach Aaron Green, Oak Ridge High School boys head basketball coach.
Absolutely. And we're going to find out what Coach Green thinks about AAU basketball after these messages.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Scotty Dykes. While the insurance industry has changed over the years, our office offers auto, home, life, mortgages, and many other banking services, including retirement planning. So please give our office a call, text us, or email us, and we'll be happy to do business with you.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me, for all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.
Welcome back to Exigent Sports. I'm your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass, and we're going to keep things rolling right along. Alongside of me right now, and I have the coach of Oak Ridge High School, Coach Aaron Green. How you doing, Coach?
Good, man. Good. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to actually be here, man. You got a busy schedule. You run your own show, and then you jump studios to join me.
That's right.
How about that?
I love it.
That's pretty cool. So I'm not going to talk about your Oak Ridge Wildcats pretty much. Shout out to them, though. They're doing a great job. I've been watching you guys. I follow you on Facebook, and when I get a chance to step in and watch a game, I do. You do a great job coaching those kids, and I do wish you the best of luck this year.
Appreciate it.
But let's talk about where you come from, Coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew up in Sweetwater, Tennessee. Graduated from Sweetwater High School in 1995. Was fortunate enough to play for my dad, who helps me now at Oak Ridge. He's been coaching for 45 years. Pops, Daddy Green. We won a state championship in '94 at AA. Should have won at '95. Got beat by Harriman in the state championship. We had Jermaine Copeland and Ellen Cruz. So we had some battles with them. And but yeah, so grew up there. Then obviously I was fortunate enough to go on from play at University of Tennessee from '95 to '99. So we've only been really 3 other places since then. I was at Cleveland High School from 2000 to 2007, and I was with Coach Pearl at UT from 3 years, and I've been at Oak Ridge since 2010. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right, Coach, and I love it. So you're grinding through high school, Coach. What was the most important part for you to be able to play at the next level?
That's a good question. I was very fortunate. Both my parents were instilled a work ethic in me at a young age. They told me, when I was in middle school that if I didn't get a scholarship, I was going to have to pay my own way to school. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't. I knew I wasn't going to probably get an academic. I made good grades, but I wasn't. A great test taker. So I set a goal in the 7th grade to get a college basketball scholarship, and worked every day to accomplish that. I was very fortunate. Part of the things that helped me, I had some really, really good teammates at Sweetwater. We won the state championship. So if I wouldn't have been around good players that made me better, I probably wouldn't have had that opportunity. I played well at the right times when I was younger. Talking about AAU, I played. Kevin O'Neill just got the job at Tennessee. He was nuts, but they got rid of a bunch of guys and had like 7 or 8 scholarships. So I was very fortunate. He'd come to watch me play at an AAU game at Carson Newman, and I played pretty well. Kind of got their attention. They recruited me after that, and that's where I wanted to go. I wasn't heavily recruited. I had some other D1 offers, but that's where I wanted to go. And when they offered me, I took it at the end of my junior year. So we won a state championship in '94, my junior year, and I was MVP of the state tournament. And I think that was probably the part that solidified it for me.
Yeah, nice. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And you coach well too, Coach. I've been watching. I think you are one of the better coaches in the state. I don't say that because you're here. I say it because I've said it online. I've said it on Facebook. I said it to people around. If my kid was playing basketball, who would you want him to play for? It's definitely Aaron Green.
Well, I appreciate that.
You can tell you put a lot of work in. I've watched stepped into some of your practices before in the past. I've seen that. And when you was even coaching Little League, AAU ball, I seen the way you handled that, and it's just the way you coached, just your approach about things. You can tell that you're just looking for greatness.
No doubt.
Right, and you push that, and you can really tell. When we talked about AAU, Coach, how do you feel about AAU?
Yeah, it's. I think Coach Hendricks answered it well. I mean, it's important in basketball. It's changed. It has changed a lot. When I was growing up, I played for the Tennessee Travelers. That was the biggest. There wasn't a ton of AAU programs. Yeah. Tennessee Travelers was the team to be on.
That's right.
Played for them, and we, back in the day, you had a sub-state. We didn't have all these local tournaments. You had a sub-state, then you had to play well enough to, I guess, win it to get to the state tournament.
Right.
And then you had to qualify for the nationals. And then if you made the nationals, that's where all the college coaches were.
Right.
And I remember Jermaine Copeland and I were teammates for the Norman Jefferson, East Tennessee Stars. I played for them after the Travelers one year. We made it to the nationals and finished 11th in the country. And I remember a lot of college coaches there, but I think the most important thing for AAU is the exposure.
Yeah.
Because the college coaches, they're in the grind of their season. It's hard for them to come and watch during their season. Yeah. So that's the time they can go evaluate in person, and so getting I think that's probably the most important part. I think playing other really, really good teams and really playing against other good players is also a part of that AAU. So but I think that's probably the most important part. It is a part of being able to if kids want to play basketball at the next level, that's a big part of it.
Absolutely. So what suggestion would you give a kid that is has high ambitions and want to play the next level, like in college?
Yeah, I think. Number one, you got to put the time in. It's if you want to play basketball at the next level, I tell our guys every day it's a skill game. You got to be able to shoot it, handle it, pass it at a high level.
That's right.
There's if you don't have the God-given, things like if you're not 6'9", 6'10", or if you're you've got to really put. I was not that guy,
right.
So I had to get really, I could shoot the ball, I could handle it, and I think that's the most important thing is just continue. You got to work on it every day because somebody out there is.
Absolutely.
And if once you do that, then it's kind of like anything else. You got to have people that can help you get there as far as the coaching and the development. Getting in front of college coaches once you get to I think it's most important probably from end of your freshman year probably up. The end of your junior year is probably the time you're going to be evaluated the most. Mm-hmm. So playing in front of getting as many opportunities as you can to play in front of college coaches at that point is the most important part.
Gotcha. So, Coach, I know you're happy at Oak Ridge. You do a great job there, but everybody wants to know, what's your dream job?
When I was first started coaching, I would say my dream job would have been University of Tennessee head coach. I played there. But I think I'm at my dream job now. As you get older, things change. Your family stuff. You get your kids. They start getting my daughter's in college now. My son's getting ready to be in high school. Yeah. But yeah, life's short. That's when I've gotten older, man. Life's short. You gotta take advantage of every day you got. And I think a lot of people get caught up. To go about dream job, I think a lot of people get caught up in what's next, and I instead of trying to focus on doing what's in front of you, know, and I think a lot of times the dream jobs and moving, advancing and doing things like that will really take care of itself if you do a good job and at the job you're at.
Absolutely, Coach. I appreciate you coming on. Right now, I want to see who do we have on the bench, Coach. Coach Corey Benjamin, Mr. Rock, Coach. This is going to be my co-host for the rest of the day, but we'll find out a little bit more about Coach Rock when we get back after these messages.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Scotty Dykes. While the insurance industry has changed over the years, our office offers auto, home, life, mortgages, and many other banking services, including retirement planning. So please give our office a call, text us, or email us, and we'll be happy to do business with you.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is your one-stop shop for vehicle sales and service. The Duff family is open for business for everything automotive. We offer fully inspected, dependable pre-owned vehicles, and most come with a powertrain warranty at no extra cost. We also have a complete service department equipped for maintenance and repairs on all makes and models.
Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at duffpreowned.com.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me, for all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.
Welcome back to the Exigent. I'm your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass, alongside of my co-host, Coach Corey Benjamin. Most of you know him as Coach Rock. How you doing, Coach?
Oh, man, I can't complain. What's going on, Coach?
Man, tell me something slick so I can slide.
Man, Goon Squad tryouts.
Yeah, that is right. 7 vs. 7. Yeah. Those of you that's interested in 7 vs. 7 or don't want to be done with football, Penny and Team Up and Goon Squad is going to be a Catholic.
Our freshman group, freshman class we got pretty special.
Yeah.
They're gonna be his 15U and travel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the rest of the teams will be in Tony League, the Gridiron League, and all that. And we just do
That's what's up. Shout out to Tony Kelsey. He's keep doing some great things as well. So football is not over for a lot of you. If you want some tryouts, team up with Penny. Sorry, Coach Hamilton and Coach Rock right here. It's going down to Catholic.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock this Sunday. This Sunday.
Yeah, it was last Sunday, but it rained on us, so we had to move back.
That's right. This Sunday. This Sunday. Well, guys, when I was blessed with this opportunity, Brad said, you can make your own, get your own co-host, or I can come help you out. I was like, well, I'm going to try something here. So we're going to vote on who's going to be the co-host of the Exigent. Our first co-host is Coach Rock, and we're excited to have him in. If you're already watching this, make sure that you share it right now and let somebody know Coach Rock is in the building. Coach Rock is in the building. Coach Rock, let's talk about our committed player of the week. But before we talk about our committed player of the week, those of you that are watching right now, there's going to be a time for you to call in. And I have gift cards, and I have a bunch of them. I went to the local restaurants, and I want to see if I can give out something free for somebody that's supporting the show that calls in. So the first caller, they can tell us a little bit about the show or our committed player of the week. When it's that time, I'm going to ask you a question about something that happened on the show. If you can answer that question, you get a gift card. Our committed player of the week. Josh Keith.
Man.
Class of 2024 has committed. He is committed and he is ready to go. He is at a church event right now. So that's why we don't have him here in the studio or on the phone. But what can we say more about Josh Keith? He's not only a great athlete, he's a great student, and he's also doing things for his church. Man, what do you think about Josh?
Man, he's a great kid, man. I had the honor to interview him on our show in the lab. He's been on there 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
but always high intelligent kid. I always spoke well, willing to help any kid. You know. I mean, great kid, great athlete.
Yes.
Do it all.
Yes.
Make any throw.
Yes, and he played a little bit in the showcase rivalry.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 or 4 of those different quarterbacks, but man, he sure made an impression out there at the rivalry.
I really thought he was going to MVP. I mean, the kid from Lakeway, he was cold. But I thought Josh was going to get it. He threw, 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. That kid from Lakeway was Tajay Jackson, I believe. Yeah. He was special. See, that just goes to show you. And that's why we are doing Exigent Sports. So a lot of these folks, there's a lot of special kids, a lot of special coaches. There's a lot of talent out there that has to be noticed, that has to be recognized. And it's demanding that we do that. It is pressing that we do that. And that's why we're here on Exigent Sports, to make sure that those that needs to be recognized can and will be recognized. Do you have anything else on Josh Keith?
Yeah.
Inside stories? What about that daddy? Is the daddy coming back?
Yeah, he locked back in. He locked back in. He made an announcement probably about a month ago. You know, they can't get rid of him, man. He got the 3rd round. They ain't did that since 92.
They ain't did that since 92.
I feel like he earned at least 2 more years, 3 more years.
Yeah.
Got to.
Okay.
Pay that man. Get his money. Go get the money, coach.
I say so. I tell you what. We're going to move forward on with this show. I have a special guest that you may know of.
Okay.
All right. And she's already been committed. She decided not only to be committed, but to go and play ball. She's played a few years of ball in college, a collegiate level athlete that I think plays just like Kobe Bryant. So I want to see who her favorite player is. Do we have her on the line? Do we have Miss Jada on the line?
Yes.
How you doing, superstar?
I'm doing good.
Every time I've seen you, ever since I first watched you play ball, when I walk past you, what do I say?
So, superstar.
You are indeed a superstar. I have my co-host, Coach Corey Benjamin, here with me, and I told him when I watch you play, you remind me of the Mamba. Who's your favorite player?
I'm going to have to go with KD, and then Kobe would be a close second.
Nice. But both of them are dangerous. I mean, yeah, they get the job done. How long have you been playing ball, Jada?
Probably since I was in, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. So, 7 years old, 8 years old, something like that.
Yeah, did you start at the boys' club or the Boys and Girls Club or the Girls Club, Girls Inc.?
I started at Girls Inc.
Okay. So did you play with the girls your whole life growing up?
No, I didn't. So I played at Girls Inc. and stuff, and then probably around 3rd or 4th grade, Pierre, I'm pretty sure you know him, he had a little AAU team. So I was the only girl on the team for about a year or so.
I remember that.
And then after that, middle school and stuff, I went back to playing with the girls and stuff. But there was a short time where I played with the guys.
You was dunking on them too, weren't you, Jada?
Yeah, not dunking, crossing them up a little bit.
Hey, Dad, I got a quick question. Transferring from Tech to UTC. What you think been the biggest adjustment in the two programs?
From going to Tech to Chat?
Yes.
I would say probably like my role on the team, like at Tennessee Tech. Like I was point guard there, so more of like looking to create for other people. And on Chat, like I'm more in like that scoring role, 3 guard for us. So just having more of like a score mentality.
That Mamba mentality, what you got, girl. KD, yeah, because he's a sharpshooter too. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Your pops was a baller too, man. And before I got blessed to do this show, I was on with Kwayu Graham, and he brought on John Spratlin, who said that your granddad was one of the best around Fred Gwynn back in the day. So you heard any good stories about your granddad and your pops growing up?
Yeah, a lot of people told me that my dad was pretty good. I don't know if he's better than me, but I heard a lot of stories that he was pretty good. And then my granddad, he actually was like the first, I'm pretty sure the first like black person to score for Oak Ridge too. So that was like super big.
Yes, absolutely. And you are carrying the torch well, may I add, young lady. You are carrying that torch very well. Very well. Let me ask you something. Now, but I will tell you, your daddy was good. I think he got he got gypped out of his opportunities. I felt like I was one of those guys too. But your dad was like I was a Yahoo, what they say. I was rambunctious in high school, but your dad wasn't. He's always been, even keel. As far as I know, he did his work, and he was a super athlete. And I think he got snubbed, in my opinion, in high school. But I think he was one of the best athletes in Oak Ridge when he had the time to play basketball. So, again, shout out to you and your brother. Your brother's doing great things too. So to see that really warms my heart because, like I said, I feel like your dad got stubbed, and I can't say he better than you, Jada. Now, I've watched some heavy hitters. I've watched, at Oak Ridge High School girls. I've watched the McGinnis sisters. I've watched, I just had your old coach on, Jen Hendricks, and, Malia Jordan, and so many different athletes that come through there. My favorite all time was, Kiki. And then, I didn't think anybody would surpass that. And then here comes Jada Gwynn. Jada, you was the most impressive Lady Wildcat I watched in my history of watching Lady Wildcats.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No doubt.
Hey, Jade, I seen the other night you had 40 plus. Like when you in a night like that, do you feel it like in the morning when you wake up, or is it like as you say a couple of backs will go in and you just kind of go with the game and then flow with it?
Yeah, it was more so like towards the end of the game. Honestly, probably like fourth quarter. So like one of our teammates, she went down with like an injury and stuff. So just trying to be like more aggressive towards the end of the game after that.
Okay.
SoCon Player of the Week. Was that 2 weeks back to back?
Back to back like Drake.
No, it wasn't back to back. I think there was like maybe like a week or two in between, something like that.
We're gonna call it back to back. We seen it back to back on Facebook. It'd be delayed. You can get on their Facebook, say 3 days ago this happened. Jada, it was a true blessing to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining Exigent Sports. Make sure you tell everybody about it because what we want to do is we want to educate, the younger generation so they'll know what to do. So before we get off here, Jada, what I want to ask you is, what was your steps? What did it take for you to get through high school to be committed to actually go off to college?
Yeah, I would say it took a lot of hard work, consistency. Like a lot of people know me, they're like, we always saw her around like dribbling a basketball. So just like always being consistent, working hard, and just staying like determined through everything. Like it's gonna be hard. There's gonna be like a lot of days where you feel like you just don't want to like do what it takes to be successful, but just knowing that like the hard work will pay off.
Man, that's the voice of a champion.
Yeah, it is.
That's the voice of a champion. Jada, Oak Ridge loves you. East Tennessee loves you. You have my full support. Superstar. You'll always be my superstar. Continue to do great things. And I hope to have you on the set one day. So if you're in town, let your pops know, and we'll have you in on set. That'll be awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a blessed day.
You too.
All right, guys, Exigent Sports. It's me, Coach DJ Pendergrass. We just spoke to a legend right there. So if any of you don't know Jada Gwynn, just Google her. Right now, just Google her and see what she's done, where she comes from, and I think she's going to be headed for a nice future as well. Our phone lines are open, and we want you to call in. The first person that calls in has a shot at winning a gift card to a local restaurant. The phone number's on the screen, 865-483-8112, or you can call toll-free at 866-412-8112. Coach.
What's up?
We got some good games coming up this week. We have Harriman versus Rockwood.
That's the lesson rival.
Clinton versus Anderson County.
Rival.
There is a lot of great basketball to be played. And, and that's what it is, man. Those games, Rockwood, Harriman, that's always going to be a rivalry.
Always. In any sport.
In any sport. That's always going to be a rivalry. Anderson County and Clinton.
Any sport.
That's always going to be a rivalry. I don't think Anderson County likes Clinton too much.
Nah. But it's mutual.
It's mutual?
Yeah.
Clinton don't like Anderson County?
Nah, they don't ride with them like that. Nah.
I don't believe that, Cole. It's that bad?
Yeah.
Well, you come from Clinton.
Yeah.
Your daddy had the key.
Key to the city.
Absolutely. Your daddy was one of my first coaches when I came to Clinton from Kentucky. And
only running back I ever seen wear number 60.
It was a 62.
62. So
I quit that year too.
Cause the number.
Kids don't quit because of the number. Make the number. I could have been something.
You just came late. You was the last one signed up.
I was last one signed up. I think your daddy came to pick me up to get my stuff. I'm pretty sure he did. Let's look at the games that we have coming up, Coach. I know, like I said, we got Harriman versus Rockwood. Now, that boys game, Oak Ridge. Harriman versus Rockwood. They have Jordan McCullum.
Man, tough.
That kid has some offers.
Yes, sir. He committed. He signed, actually.
He's committed and signed?
He's already signed to Murray State.
Yeah.
And he went to Murray State from my sources because he wanted to be a vet. He went to school to be a vet. And they got like one of the best programs in the country. Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Guys, on Graham's Gridiron Guidance, we always talked about, Coach Graham always said, don't go to a school because you think that's the school you want to go to. Do something that you know, right, is going to help you in your career because that's what you're going to school for. You're going to school to be a student athlete. All right, so great job to Jordan McCullum. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
But back to the game, I feel like, Harriman, they got state on their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And with Jordan, they should. So it's really going to be based on if the supporting cast like Cam Anderson, Ace Jackson, Grayson, them kids. As long as them kids can come on and do their part, I feel like they're gonna have a shot to make some noise in one eye.
Absolutely. And I had those Grayson Craze, Jordan McCullum, the coaches, and also the girls coming next week. But they're going out of town, so we're going to reschedule them on in. So I can't wait to talk about that. But give us a little bit of insight. What do you think about the Rockwood versus Harriman game that's going to be played on the 12th?
Rockwood, they got the Ty Pryor, I think his name, kicking. He get buckets. I think he had like 22 that night. They just coming off a win. I think they both only got one loss.
Wow.
So
Kingston beat Harriman
on a buzzer beater, on a tip in.
Yeah, and then turned around. Harriman beat Kingston and Harriman by just a few points.
Yeah,
too.
Jordan had 37 that night. He went to work.
Yeah, he
but
did.
I feel like in one I feel like Jordan gonna be too big for a lot of them teams down there. He gonna be able to do what he want to do. So I think Harriman gonna come out with that one.
Yeah. Well, they have they're known to have some great athletes come out of Roane County, and Cam Anderson is one to talk about.
That's my dude.
Man, Cam Anderson is a special athlete. I've seen him play basketball and football over the course of the years. So to have to have teammates such as Cam Anderson and Grayson Craze to go along with McCullum. So I agree. They're going to be hard to deal with overall.
They got a Hendricks kid too. He's a shooter.
That Hendricks kid played on my Tennessee J's AAU team.
Yeah, he's a shooter.
Yes, he is a
he
shooter.
He can let that thing fly.
He can shoot.
Yeah. One of them.
Yeah.
Get him in the quarter. Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck. Yeah. That kid played for me with Tennessee J's and Dane and Ethan Jones and all those boys. So he's played with us a couple times. Yeah, he's played with us a couple times. So that's pretty cool. Let's talk about the girls, Coach. Okay. Let's talk about the girls, Anderson County girls versus the Clinton girls. And I notice I didn't say the boys game of the week. Right. I think Anderson County is going to take care of business there. But you got winning Anderson County versus Clinton, the boys.
Jeremiah Lee back.
Oh, Lee back?
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
Yeah, but I think he ain't got that same spurt that he got.
Right.
But I think it's coming back because he had like 25 the other night.
You know who you remind me of?
Who
that? Don't laugh at me when I tell you this. You know that baby that did those heists? What's the name of that movie? The little baby, one of the Wayans brothers. Little man. First time I seen this kid, he was as built as he is now, and he was like 10 years old. And I'm like, what is that? Like, is that a midget? Like, what is that?
Cold, though.
Yeah.
Always been cold.
He's an athlete. But Jeremiah's back. So that means, are you giving Clinton the edge to beat Anderson County team? On the 12th?
I got to, Coach. Yeah, I'm going Clinton. I mean, the Hall kid at AC, he a big boy.
Well, they got two of them.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the big one. The oldest one.
No, they're the twins.
But the bigger one.
Okay, the bigger
one. He a problem, but, I feel like between LeBron and Lee being back, I feel like Clinton might pull that thing out.
Braylon doing this thing.
He's showing flashes still. He just never ain't took off it. Like we want to see him and have we seen
we
him.
Know who
like
he
we
is.
know what he can do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still waiting to see that one. If he do that,
it's another Jordan McCullum.
Yeah,
it's another Jordan McCullum. And I don't think that he's far from a Jordan McCullum. I think his swagger is so much different, right?
Yeah.
He's just like his daddy.
Yeah,
he just chill, cool, laid back, but he has the skills to pay the bills. He will get to it.
And like I said, you see flashes here and there, but it just ain't really this. You just want to see that full game. You know what I mean? But it's coming. I feel like it's coming.
No doubt.
I feel like it's coming.
Well, let's talk about the girls. Anderson County girls versus the Clinton girls. They're in rank. They're not too far away from each other.
No.
The atmosphere is going to be filled up because they're going to come watch the girls' game to get their adrenaline rushing for the boys' game. Who do you have winning there, and what homework did you do to figure out about what they're doing there?
Clinton started off like 7-0. They was hot as fish grease when they came out, and then they lost to Hardin Valley. But then they bounced back last night and won by like 20. I can't remember what they played, but I feel like the Addie Gamble.
Yes.
She nice. And Lady Carmichael.
Yes.
Hey, they gonna be a problem for anybody in that 3A and lower.
Right.
But AC got some girls too. They get buckets. But I just feel like between Gamble and Carmichael and Harold shooting that ball on the outside, I think Clinton gonna pull it out. But it's gonna be a close game though.
Right. I think it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close game.
I think both teams,
and they're in the same district now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think both teams can put up numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can really start scoring. They get the moving with that ball in transition, rebounding, So for me, it's going to be the one who makes the extra play, who goes and gets that, who dives for that ball or saves the ball or gets the extra rebound. That's going to be the team that's really going to, punch the ticket to win this ball game. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
And that's what I like about Clinton. They scrappy. Not only can they play, they scrappy. And it's one of them groups that been together.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you get one of them groups that play together, AAU, and come our way up.
Yeah.
So it's one of them groups, and I think they might have a shot. I'm not putting it on paper, but I feel like if they're gonna get Oak Ridge, this is gonna be the year they're gonna get Oak Ridge.
Okay.
If they're gonna get them.
You heard it here first on the Exigent Sports. You heard it here first. Coach Rock said this may be the year. All right. So we'll be waiting on that. Coach, I want to get into something very special. We're going to go over the word of the day.
Okay.
The word of the day. The word of the day is exigent. It means pressing, demanding, The exigent demand of the schedule took a toll on her sleep. Exigent. The word of the day is exigent. Pressing, demanding. It is very pressing and demanding that we get to make sure that these people know who these young folks are. It is pressing and demanding that a Cofield, that a Oakdale, that a Harriman, that a Rockwood, that a Kingston can be known and noticed. Mm-hmm. Right? You have the markets like a Clinton, Oak Ridge. You have the markets in Knoxville, and they are just they're and no disrespect to them, but there is a lot of key players in these smaller market schools that are being overlooked. So the word of the day is exigent, and this is the reason why I decided to name the show Exigent Sports.
I like that.
Because it's pressing, it's demanding. They're waiting on you.
I like that, Coach.
They're waiting on you.
And it's funny you say that because I just had a conversation. Every year we go at 707. I get the kids from Kingston and Harriman.
Yes.
Only why I know these kids because my son played down there 1 year.
Yes.
So I go down there and get what I need. So when we come to Knoxville, I'm like, where you find this kid? Where did this kid come from? I'm like, man, I can't tell you all my secrets.
And they competing well. They competing well. They compete just as good, if not better, than a lot. Let's talk about our Bolo player of the week. Bolo. What is Bolo? Be on the lookout. Cofield, you got you one. Waylon Burgess. Man, this kid is lights out. When you say shoot, he shoots. And I'm talking about when Waylon Burgess shoots the ball, it's like watching Steph Curry shoot the ball because all you're going to be watching is the nets to go swish.
Man, you know I used to tell my kids when we played against them?
What?
When they get out the car, you better guard them. Because you give him any kind of space, he let it fly. I'm telling you the truth, huh? When they get out the car, we on them. Soon as they get out. Hey, let that boy get that ball.
Coaches, you heard it here first. When Waylon Burgess pull up, go ahead and tell your players to go ahead and start guarding him because if he gets that ball, I mean,
it's wet.
The first time I seen the kid was Little League basketball, playing ball. And I remember one year, Kim's son, Tamarie, coach, Truck, Dane, Zay. I don't know if Lil Jet was on that team or not. He may or may not be but Needle Hall was on there. Like, that was tough. Like, nobody was.
What, the Travelers?
It was Little League, regular season, rec season at Norwood. Yeah, Norwood Jaguars. And nobody. Regular season, they smoked everybody. It didn't matter who it was. Championship game came, and Waylon Burgess turned into an absolute maniac. He took over that game. It was maybe 9U or younger, but still, he took over that game. He would not be denied on both sides of the court, offense and defense. The kid played basketball, and every time I seen the kid, I said, "Hey, man, I got you a jersey."
Yeah, every time.
I got you a jersey. You're gonna play for the Jays. I got you a jersey. Every year he was like, no. 1 year he told his dad, he said, I just want to play with the Jays. And I had tears. I was like, are you serious? Like, I never expected Waylon to want to come play with me, and he did. And he always played, and he always does what he does.
He's a shooter, man.
Yeah, man. He always does what he does. He's good on defense, too. He's just smart, and he's a great kid. He has a 3.0 grade average. Sophomore.
And he got Tyler, too.
He's 6'2".
Yeah, it's not going to have Tyler.
Yeah, he's 6'2". And I talked to his pops the other day, said he just got his first dunk. So, and I think I talked to producers here. They said that he attempted his first dunk or made it, but it was after the buzzer or something like that at Jellicoe.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so they're having a rough season right now. But Waylon Burgess, be on the lookout for Waylon Burgess. He is definitely our be on the lookout player of the week. Shout out to you, Waylon, buddy. All right, Coach, moving forward. We still got a lot of basketball to talk about.
Let's talk about
we got a lot of games coming up. What is the exigent for the game of the week? Let's start with Harriman versus Rockwood. What is the exigent for that game of the week, the boys' game?
I always take care of the ball. Got to take care of the ball. Team with the fewer turnovers. You know, if Rockwood, you don't want to let Harriman get in transition. right where they want to slow the game. They still kind of old school, want to slow the game down.
Yeah.
So you got to take care of the ball, or else it will get in transition. Once some boy get in transition, it's a dunk fest. So.
Yeah, no doubt. So what is the exigent of the Anderson County and Clinton game for the girls?
Again, come to turnover because both teams like to put pressure on the ball, like to get at them. Both teams scrappy, so got to take care of that ball. The team with the fewest turnovers is going to come on top, I feel like.
The exigent is don't turn the ball over. It's important that you take care of the ball.
Got to.
And for the opposite team to be pressing and demanding to make sure that they are turning over the ball. So the exigent is to stay after it, create some turnovers and make sure that you are taking care of the ball on the other side. So good luck to those Anderson County girls and those Clinton Dragon girls.
When they game, Friday?
The 12th, I believe, yeah. What's today?
Today the 12th.
Today the 12th?
Are they playing tonight?
They play the 15th, I'm sorry.
Okay.
They play on the 15th. I said the 12th.
I think it's Friday.
Yeah. It is Friday. Yeah. And it's a lot of great games coming on Friday.
Man, I'm going to the big game Friday.
What game you going to?
AE Oak Ridge.
AE Oak Ridge.
I gotta go see the show.
To go to. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I got to go see the show.
That's definitely going to be a show. Blessed to have Coach Green in here with us today.
Yeah.
He is a great coach, but I know Condis from the East. And I know Shane from the East. And those two kids, they're as dynamic as dynamic. Man. The definition dynamic. I've watched those kids play for a while, and I ask coaches, what do you think about AAU basketball? A lot of people say it's watered down, because you can go out and make a team and then try to put a watered down group
like
in there.
Everybody got a team,
right? But then you play against a team like a B. Mays team. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like the Bobby Mays teams, but they are actually really putting out college athletes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about AAU, Coach?
I started in AAU, so I always think it's good for the kids because it's for exposure. You get all the college coaches in one gym, especially when you go to the big tournaments. That I was fortunate to go to a Pyro. Mm-hmm. Every time we be there, and it'd be 20, 30 college coaches in one game in one gym. You know what I mean? So, far as that part of it. It's good. I always talk about how, you see a kid at AAU go off for 30 a game and then get in high school and then get 12. So, I always wonder, how can you go off against the better competition?
Right.
And go for 30, but it's just the style of the game, the
style of the game, the coach.
So, but I'm a huge fan of AAU. I think it's great for the game. You get some coaches that kind of just do it for the wrong reason.
Right,
and it might make it
watered down.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the good programs that do it the right way.
Right.
It's always good quality basketball.
So I'm gonna tell you my opinion about AAU basketball. It's watered down. Coach Green was up here, he said back in the day there was only a few teams.
Right.
And those teams had the best players on there. Well, so many dads or so many entitled people say, hey, I'm about to just do my own thing and build it around kids that's really not even really can compete. Right? So then you have these tournament directors putting on these exposure tournaments, so to speak. It's ridiculous. Nobody's getting exposure.
No.
The referees are getting paid.
And they all that.
And that's cool, right? But you got a referee, they got a knee brace on, they can't even run up and down the court and get a call that you need. These tournaments are costing $150 to $450 to get in the tournament.
You're right.
Right? And you got teams coming in that some of them ain't got no business there, can't compete, right? So the AAU director is going to say, well, I got a gold bracket, a silver bracket, and a bronze bracket.
Right.
So you really are giving trophies to the people in the bronze bracket. What did they really win? Because they got their butt kicked in pool play.
Right.
And they really can't compete. That should be their exit.
Yeah. And I think they also do that, too, because sometimes you get, like, a pool where you might have the 4 best teams in the same pool. Not on purpose. Like, they don't know who, you know what I'm saying? You get our team out of state. So you get the top 4 teams in one pool, and they win all, you know what I'm saying? They win all the pool, like the gold, silver, platinum. They win it all because they the best team.
Right.
And they blowing everybody out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I see it both ways. But it's hard. Like you said, it's a lot of teams. You just got to know where to go. And, like, you know, with us being in it long, we've been in, like, we know what terms to go to.
We know where to go. We know to stay away from. Yeah.
So I guess with experience, you know what I mean? So that's why when I had T-Num and Cam and them groups, like, we never really played local because it wasn't no purpose. You know what I mean? So we might as well stay on the road. And if we did, we played up.
Right.
But still playing up, we still winning by 20,
exactly.
30, you know what I mean? So,
exactly. The first time I seen T. Higgins play, I was like, that kid's going to the NBA. Man. He couldn't have been older than 12 years old, and I knew he had a shot to play in the NBA. I knew he had a shot then, but anyway, we'll talk about that on another show. Coach, it was a blessing to have you on here today, man.
Man, appreciate it.
This is great. Now I got a panel. I'm gonna have at least 3 more come on, and then I'm gonna get on Facebook and we're gonna vote. And I ain't gonna move numbers around. I ain't gonna do the elections.
Vote for your boy. You want to see me again? Vote for your boy.
Votes Coach Rock. Exactly. Next week, I tell you who we have coming on. Next week we have committed player of the week, Caden Black. He is a baseball player, and he's already committed to go play some baseball. So we're excited to have Caden Black come in. And we also have our new co-host is coming on, Derek Jett.
You got Jed coming on there?
No, pray for me.
Oh, man, it's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a good show. It'll get hot in here, but he'll be the second one up that you can go out and vote for. Guys, don't forget, you can win your free gift card if you give a call in here at Exigent Sports. The phone number is 865-483-8112 or 866-412-8112. Since we didn't get a phone call today, I will give a gift card away to a church or charity or maybe the Boys and Girls Club or something like that. So we will give one away. But make sure that you share this podcast. Make sure you let everybody know that Coach DJ has started Exigent Sports. And we're going to do some voting. We're going to have free things we're going to give away. And we're going to make sure we keep the show star-studded. It was great to have you. Until next time, next Wednesday, have a blessed day.